I'm about to get back on, yes. Yeah. Yeah, the power went out for just a minute. The power went out for just a minute, so sorry for the interruption.
I think I turned off for like a second and turned back on, so the heat went down a little, so now it's not that low. But I don't think we'll turn.
Okay. So we are frying now. We have our chebakia in the fryer, and we also have chebakia in the air fryer. So we're going to be able to do a taste test here. Now we are, it says to fry it for about 10 minutes until it's a golden brown color. You don't want it too hot. The chebakia will color quickly, but the insides will not be cooked crispy. Okay, so once it's golden brown from the oil, we're going to transfer it directly to our hot honey we have over on the second part of the stove. I won't leave you hanging. I'm going to tell you how to finish it out. So let's see. I think we've been probably going about 7 minutes here in the oil. And let's see here how we're doing. Yeah, I'm not so sure how this is going to go. I have a feeling that our oil fry is going to be the winner. Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, so just another couple of minutes here. Now, I was just peeking in on our chebakia that's in the air fryer, and it looks really dry. So I know sometimes you can spray it with oil. Oh, no, I think we're just going to test it like it is. It is getting a little browned. It's actually about the same brownness as what we have going on over here in our oil. So it seems to be taking about the same amount of time to air fry and to regular fry. Oh, and actually this gives me a good timer here counting down over on the air fryer. So I stuck them in here and I'm just letting them sit. Some of them didn't submerge quite completely. One of them may have broken just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer this. I kind of have to do this in a very gentle way into the hot oil, or rather the hot honey. Well, this one's kind of like a heart. Which one I like better here? Maybe this would not get so much oil in the honey. Kind of shaking them off. Getting some of that excess oil off before I put it in the honey. This one came apart quite a good bit. Here's a problem that came up is this pot is wider than the other pot that I'm using. I don't have room to put them all in there. Okay, so those guys are in there with the honey. Now we gently push them down to submerge them and allow them to soak for 5 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to gently push them down. Now in here, I can't push them all the way down to submerge. I guess I need a lot more honey for that, huh? Let's see, I called for 36 ounces of honey. I have 32 ounces of honey. It's a lot of honey. Honey in Morocco is much cheaper than in America. In fact, I know it is. So I'm going to take these out of the air fryer also and let you have a look. I know they should probably go in the honey while they're hot, but you know, what can we do? So they are nice and golden. Not quite sure how they'll compare, but it will be fun to find out. I'm actually going to turn off the oil now because I'm not going to be ready for the next batch for quite some time. So be careful here. That's hot.
Is that one your first?
That is hot. That one just wouldn't fit in the pot. So now they're soaking in the honey.
Wait, there's a ton of honey in there.
That's where all the honey is.
Oh. Hello, guys.
Special guest appearance by Dexter Cooney.
Are these? No,
Those are ones that I made in the air fryer.
can I try one?
Well, they're supposed to soak in the honey first, so they're not ready.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to gently turn them over in the honey to get them soaked completely, but they are a little fragile, making it a little tougher to turn them. I'm gonna have some pieces here. Okay. So they've probably been in about 4 minutes. We'll give them just a few minutes more of soak time. And the longer you soak them, the more honey they'll absorb and the sort of chewier they'll become. They'll turn a rich, glossy amber color as they absorb the honey. In the meantime, you can begin frying another batch of cookies. Well, we're going to wait on that. Now, what we can do while we have those soaking is prepare our platter, where we're going to mound all the cookies into a beautiful golden honey dripping and that we can put at the very end of our assembly line way over here. They are a nice rich golden brown color.
Yeah, I like the honey color too.
Well, this is so exciting to try. I'm so excited to actually taste them.
Yeah, I want to try that too, Mom.
Now that I see them, I feel like I did a little better of a job than it felt like when I was actually making them. They actually look somewhat similar to what you see in Morocco.
I mean, Mom, does it really matter about their form?
Well, I think it matters a little bit because the way they're designed helps them fry a certain way, and then it also helps them to absorb the honey in a certain way.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to.
Okay, very anxious to try.
Why did you just say you were about to try one?
I said I'm getting very anxious to try one. Ah. So here, I'll show you the difference between, this is the air fryer and this is the oil fryer. I'm not sure what the difference will be. Part of me feels like the one that went in the oil fryer will absorb the honey in a better way, but maybe not. That is complete hypothesis. Okay, so I think we've let this first batch soak enough for our initial time. So I'm going to now carefully remove these from the honey, put them into a strainer, sprinkle with some sesame seeds, get the next one, put it into our strainer, sesame seed it up. So you let a little of the honey drip off, and then that's why I have the strainer over a bowl, is to catch the rest of that honey that's going to come off as they drain finally. That one's kind of a monster. We have a few little errant pieces that broke off. No surprise there.
I'm crushed when I have friends me. Oh. This guy's something R.I.P. So, yeah.
I think we just found the first bumblebee of the season. And he was crushed. So sad. Okay, let me bring these over for y'all to have a look at. Now you can see, if you have seen Chebakia before, it bears a resemblance. It looks tasty at least. So we'll put those there. I'm going to take this other batch, the air fryer batch, and put those in our honey now. I'm just marveling at how much honey they must use to actually make these. It's really crazy. I mean, mine are barely, they're submerged halfway. Okay, 7 o'clock, so we'll let these guys soak. Whew. And after all that work, which we've only really just begun because we have a lot of dough left to do this with, I think we deserve a taste test. I lost my other tester though. Ooh, Oh, they're that sticky. Mmm. If you've watched my cooking shows before, this is what every moment of the taste test is like. It's very good. Mmm. Mmm. I just tasted that very, very distinctive flavor of the Chebakia. That is what I love about it. I think actually once they sit, they're going to be even better. Oh yeah, there's that flavor. Not sure what it is. I think maybe it's the anise aspect. And you know what? Why their dough was probably stretchier and worked a little better? The gum arabic that I couldn't get. I bet that made a big difference, because that would have made it more elastic. We'll say that's the reason. All right, well, I think we're gonna call it. They're good. I look forward to trying with the rest of the dough and also doing the taste test experiment between the air fryer and the traditional fryer. I think I'm actually going to do the taste test experiment before I cook the rest of the dough, because if the rest of the dough does better in the air fryer, I'd much rather go that way than have it all deep fried. So thank you for joining me. Do check back for the results of the taste test later, and see you again next week. Next week, I promise the show won't be quite so long. Have a good night.